pulled the hook.
It's fine.
Just didn't get it.
Like that, the switch is flipped, and the lights go out.
11 feet of fish. It was a 1,000-pounder, yeah.
At the end of the day, there's only tomorrow to look forward to. Tomorrow, though, the wind blows into a nor'easter. The whitecaps set up like tombstones. And no boats are going out onto the ocean, no matter how big the fish are. When the seas lie down, there's another new consideration.
The last 2 days, the wind's blown hard out of the northeast. It's pushed a lot of cold water inshore, and what's that done in turn is pushed all the bait fish out because they don't like the cold water.
Broken tackle has cost Fred 2 potential 1,000-pounders. He's gonna double, triple check everything.
Switching the game up a little bit from how we typically fish here, which is live bait fishing, to trolling. We put squid bars out, so that way we can cover some ground and try to find the fish. They're somewhere here. We just need to find them.
30 years ago, there were no big tuna to be found here. Since then, strict longline fishing regulations in the Gulf of Mexico, where bluefins breed, have restored the giants.
Hey, get back to us.
Just gonna clear the line before I get harnessed up. Hanging up, fish. There he is. Oh! I think that fish is bigger than I thought it was. He's a fatty.
The rich waters off Canada, a state of mind as much as coordinates on a map. These are the waters of Fred Levitman's imagination, where the bluefin swim up from the depths of his dreams.
Come on!
I'm gonna take it easy on him, take line when I can, and once he gets a little bit closer, I'll really put the boots to him.
Fighting stand-up on tuna 6 times your size must be about strategy, not force.
One of my greatest suggestions if you're gonna be fighting stand-up is get the harness on land, nice and fitted up, make sure everything is comfortable. When you put this plate on, you want to make sure it's square on your thighs and right above your knees, and this is where most of the pressure is going to be exerted. Max the drag out, set it to strike, and make sure that everything is nice and square and you're comfortable in your harness. Fighting stand-up is dangerous enough as is. You want to make sure that you're fully prepared. That way you reduce the possibility of having accidents on the boat. The first couple fish I caught out of a harness, I totally got my ass handed to me. What I learned, I was expending way too much of my energy way too early in the fight, trying to overpower the fish.
When fighting on stand-up gear, you have to make sure your tuna is spending energy faster than you.
Even though it's really dangerous to a novice, once you get the hang of it, I found that the harness gives me much more control. I'm connected directly to the fish. It's really a ballet. I need to sense what the fish is doing. I need to predict his next move, when to let off and when to really bear down. He's coming up to the surface. There he is. Oh! Just gotta look at him. Came up top for a minute. Hard to really estimate how big they are when they're that far away. You know, every year I forget how strong these are until I hook into my next one. Yeah, I think that fish is bigger than I thought it was. Get a tag in this fish, end up recording the approximate size, location, date where we caught him. And hopefully, when he gets recaught somewhere else, collect some data. A 108. He's a fatty.
At 108 inches, it's 900 pounds plus of tuna. A decent start.
It's one of the last places where you can consistently catch enormous bluefin. And when I say enormous, I mean north of 800-900 pounds.
Trolling the squid bars has done the job of finding the tuna. Time now to switch back to live bait.
I come back year after year to try to beat my personal best. Last year I got what we estimated to be nearly 1,200-pound fish. We've come back here later in the year. Most of the fish have left the area, but the ones that still are here are usually massive.
For Fred, it's a search for the brightest gem in the diamond mine. A dozen average cannot match the one giant that is etched into his mind. It's a place you come to sail out of. Migrating monster fish assemble in these waters. And for better or worse, for Fred Levitman, it is where the vision of bluefin, the one to remember for all time, crowds his mind. Trolling a squid bar has worked. But for true giants, nothing equals live bait.
Another day at the office.
Giant tuna are a random harvest, as Fred well knows.
It's so unpredictable. Sometimes you can sit out here for 5 days and not mark a fish, not get a bite. Other times you come out and the ocean is just alive.
Whales and tuna swim together, partners in crime against the bait fish. It's a good sign.
You never know, the fishing hook is going to be a potential world record. And up here, every day you have a legitimate possibility of breaking a record. The world record was caught up here. In this part of the game, when you're up and down on is when you have the most pressure on the fish and you're literally just winching their mass up. This is when things can go awfully, awfully wrong. It's taking all my mono back. It breaks your spirit. It breaks your body. Makes you want to give up. But at least in this scenario, there's a pretty cool reward.
It's not a cool reward as much as a brutal one. Not least for the incredible strain on the tackle.
Uh-oh. Clicker's broken. Reels get ripped off the seats. Gear failures. It just blows my mind how much power they have.
In the end, it's the bluefin that gives out before the gear does.
How awesome is this? He is a big boy. Now this is what you come up to PEI for. Sea monsters. You can't always predict what you're going to catch. Even we caught some awesome fish. I still have yet to break my personal best.
But with Fred's goal to catch a tuna over 1,200 pounds, that tuna could be swimming just beyond reach.
We just pulled up and things are looking very good. A lot of life. The herring boats are hauling their nets and they're stuffed full of herring. I have a feeling it's not going to take very long at all, so I'm going to get rigged up, get a bait in the water.
The the voyage for Fred's mythical tuna is far from done. He's taken the risk of pushing on to the end of the season when the giants of giants remain, when all that's left are just the dark waters and fleeting shadows.